Truffle! Puppers! Good morning! Hey, Truff, you're my intro. Truffle, sit. Good girl. Hi. Let me kiss. Thank you. Hey y'all, it's Pope. Today I want to talk a bit more in depth about my diet. Last week, having some friends in town and then traveling to Del Mar and San Diego, got a bit off track, but been tracking my macros again, solid for about 4 days now, and my weight is right back where it was and feeling good about things again in the gym. Had kind of a rough practice last Friday for my heavy day, but so far this week is going really good, so I'm happy with my nutrition and my performance on both ends of that. Today I weighed in at 64.5 kilograms, which is about what I was weighing in before I traveled last week. I got up to about high 65 coming back and been on track for about 3 or 4 days now, hitting my macro solid and back to hitting kind of right at my lowest weigh-in, so I'm very happy with that. I have been getting a lot of comments about why I don't have any vegetables included in my food diary when I do these full day of eating and when I talk about my diet. I eat a very limited amount of vegetables. I'm a very picky eater. I've always been that way. I'll eat peas and green beans, and that's literally it. I've never eaten a salad in my life. I hate the texture of vegetables. I have tried many times because I obviously know the health benefits, and I know that's how you get micronutrients the best way. I'm not uneducated on the topic. I coach nutrition for a living, but I just cannot force myself to eat them. I have a very childlike palate, I guess you would say, and I just cannot force myself to eat foods of that texture, and that's never going to change. I know there are possible benefits in my performance and how I would feel if I would incorporate more vegetables or more fruits and vegetables into my diet, but it's just not worth making myself miserable. That's one reason why flexible dieting has worked so well for me, because I've tried in the past like your typical bro food bodybuilder style diets. My dad was a bodybuilder and he started my diet when I first started lifting, and I just could not follow it because I wouldn't eat the foods, and I ended up just like skipping all of those carbohydrates and just not eating them and only eating meat, and it just wasn't working out. So I've tried several different approaches, but flexible dieting definitely works the best for me because I'm a picky eater, so I can fill my macros with whatever I want. I know it's kind of confusing to people that are not familiar with if it fits your macros and flexible dieting, but I focus on hitting a certain amount of fat, carbs, and proteins every day. I also focus on my fiber intake. I do eat a lot of sugar and I eat a lot of packaged foods, but I make sure it fits my macros and I'm very consistent with it every day, and that's how I feel my best. I know there are a lot of people that don't really believe in flexible dieting, and there's a lot of argumentation about whether it is a good approach for athletes, but I personally have found great results with it, and that is what I coach, it's what I preach. I love teaching the tools of flexible dieting because I know there are tons of people like me that maybe are too busy to be able to stick to a very strict, rigid lifestyle of eating, and this way you can eat on the go, you can eat out at restaurants and still stay on your diet. Right now my current macros are 50 fat, 140 carbs, and 155 protein on regular days, and then I take high days every 4 or 5 days of 60 fat, 230 carbs, and 155 protein. I've been at these same macros for the last few months because they're working well for me to drop fat at a very slow rate, and I've also been adding on lean muscle mass. I do a lot of hypertrophy work in my training, squatting heavy for a lot of reps, so my legs have been growing. I know it can be like a bit confusing to see me like eating Pop-Tarts and eating bagels and eating pasta and not really understanding like how I perform the way that I do or like the aesthetics behind it, but everything I do is tracked and it's all meticulously planned out. It's not just a free-for-all of eat whatever I want, but I do fill my macros with whatever food choices that I want, and that's why it's been able to work for me for longevity. And I feel that that's why flexible dieting is so great, because you're never restricted to certain foods, so you can do this for a really long period of time and never get like, it doesn't get old because you can constantly change up what you're eating. So it's kind of like facts are facts. I eat what I want. I hate vegetables, and no one says is going to make me change my mind about that. I get made fun of and teased by a lot of my peers all the time, but it's just not going to happen. It doesn't matter who tells me to eat vegetables. It's just not in the cards for me, and it's not something I want for my life, to like make myself miserable for that maybe 1 percentile of performance increase. I do take a multivitamin every day. I try to get as many micronutrients in as possible on the daily. I also have trouble digesting fruits, so I don't eat a lot of fruit. I can handle maybe like 1 serving a day. That's just what works best for me. If you talk to anyone that I have coached, and I've helped hundreds of people with their weight loss goals, performance goals, adding on muscle, they will tell you, do what I say, not as I do. I don't coach never to eat vegetables. That's just what I personally do, and I found that it works for me. No! Be quiet! So that's kind of my story and my why behind all of my food choices that you've seen, and kind of my day of eating videos before. I'll do another one of those soon. I do offer flexible dieting. That's what I do as my job. I own a small business coaching nutrition, and all of the information on that is in the description. Starting the day with a Kodiak cake protein pancake. If you haven't had these, they're so good. I'm going to be away from the house for a while, so I'm trying to pack some of my meals for after practice and whatnot. I have a trifecta beef patty and some sugar-free ketchup, and I'm bringing a rice cake. And right after training, I'm gonna eat this Quest bar. This new flavor is pretty delicious, mocha chocolate chip. I've had it a couple times, it's really good. And I like my Rice Krispie treat in between snatch and clean jerk. And I'm gonna have Monster this morning. I have Courtney Larson, friend and teammate on Juggernaut, here this morning. I was gonna ask her what her favorite pre-workout meal is.
Oh, well, if I'm training on the weekends, like in the morning, I like doing Kodiak cakes, so protein pancakes, and then maybe like an egg white omelet with veggies in it. And then,
oh, she likes vegetables.
I do like vegetables. I like them a lot. But usually I train like an evening after work. So I'll usually bring like something easy to just heat up and eat quickly, like ground beef or ground turkey in rice with like broccoli.
She does better than me on her vegetables. Today I have Power Snatch and some hang cleans. I love Power Snatch. Hang clean not so much, but it's gonna be a good day of training. I'm gonna have my usual favorite pre-workout snack of Pop-Tart, or Pope-Tart if you will, that I think that they should rename them. I saw like a Taste Made video or something, I'm not sure where it came from, on Twitter yesterday, that was Pop-Tart like crushed up into ice cream, and I think I'm gonna need to make that happen. Sounds so good. My new Juggernaut joggers. They're like super comfy and cute. Really like them. today went really well. It was a really hard workout. I did some heavy power snatches and then did really long complex for the clean and jerk of a clean pull and then 2 cleans from the hang and power jerk. Hit 5 sets at 85 kilos on that, and then 1 set at 90 kilos, which I missed a couple and then made it at the end. It was really gutsy. Maybe not my best form on that second clean, but pushed through it and kind of fought through that one. So that was a big like mental win for me. So it was a great training day today. Now I've just been hanging out with friends and relaxing at the beach. How cold was it?
It was cold, but good.
Fun fact I learned from Courtney today was that in Oregon, you are not allowed to pump your own gas.
Yeah, that's true. I just learned how like a year ago.
I find that so funny. She didn't know how to pump her own gas. Hope you guys liked this video. I am about 3.5 weeks out from nationals. There will be a lot more training videos to come. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!